Welcome, y'all.
Listen to who is in the house.
Hello.
It's Stump.
He's back.
He's back. Do you want to start off by giving yourself a plug for your car sales business?
Yeah, come see me at All Star Toyota.
Do they
Airline in Goodwood?
Do they only get Toyotas there?
Yeah, we sell new Toyotas. It's All Star Toyota, but All Star brand has 13 different brands.
Okay. So you could probably get them anything they want.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
You want to put your phone number?
225-348-1222.
Awesome.
Y'all give me a shout if you need a good vehicle.
Yes. Kelsey, thank you for camera switching. She says forewarned she may be coughing. So we'll hear you in the background. Thank you so much.
I'll probably be yawning, so.
Do not do that.
It's been a fiasco. Can I tell you?
You just drank too much yesterday.
Ungodly amount.
Like you should be dead right now.
Most people probably would be. And I feel like I might be.
Well, you had some gumbo.
I did.
And that will help,
Very
I think.
good gumbo.
Got to get some salt in the body.
About an H-man.
Yes, the H-man. Okay, you ready?
I am officially ready.
I know you've been ready, and I've been dragging you along all day today.
I'm full of paint.
Yes.
Not that I've been painting, but...
That's why I put a white shirt on in case I got next to the float.
Yeah, I don't think very much. But...
Yeah.
You live and learn.
Yeah. It's a good day.
Let's do this.
All right. So this story ends up going to trial in 1985. Mm-hmm. So I figured I'd find some little tidbits about that year. I was a junior in high school.
I was 2 years out.
There you go. The Titanic was found 370 miles from Newfoundland. Did not know that was
very interesting.
That fucking long ago.
Damn.
I just did the math and I'm like, oh my God, in 2026, that'll be my 40-year class reunion. What the shit?
Been there, done that.
I think I pretty much just thought I'd be dead by now.
Yeah. I mean, why?
Also in 1985, the first soft drink consumed in space was Coca-Cola Space Can.
Well, of course.
July 12th, 1985. And speaking of Coke.
They got a little Coke in it.
Oh, the old ones do, right?
Yes.
The cocaine.
So I've been told.
I don't think they have it anymore.
I would imagine not.
No. But speaking of Coke, this is going to come up in the story later. I started thinking when I saw something, when I was doing the research, what was the first ever diet drink?
Tab.
No.
Fresca.
It was No Cow. It was called No Cow.
No Cow.
And it was introduced in 1952. Diet Right was introduced in 1958.
Diet Right.
And Tab was introduced in 1963. Oh, and then today we have 700 diet drinks.
At least.
And those, in that span of years, there was only 3. But Tab is going to come up later. So that's why that's why I wanted to bring it up. And I'm so glad you guessed Tab.
My mama and her sisters drank them some Tab.
I just remember RC Cola and a moon pie. That's what my mama always talked about. Yeah, I guess they go well together.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing my best during the story, my best attempt, because I'm technologically challenged.
Welcome to my world.
To play some 911 calls, okay? We are going to St. Paul, Minnesota, December 31st, 1980, New Year's Eve. Karen Potak, a 19-year-old college student, was celebrating New Year's Eve with her friends. Not long after the midnight toast, they were at a bar. She decided to head home. 3 hours later, the police received a call. I'm going to play it for you. The voice is strange.
Okay.
All right, so let me see if I can do this.
This is a new twist.
Let me see if I can do this. Okay, here we go. Now, before you ask any questions, I'm going to tell you what he's saying or she is saying afterwards.
Okay, just listen to the whole thing.
All right.
Who are you? And he hung up.
So here's exactly what was being said. So the caller says, yes, please, this is an emergency. I'm kind of saying it in that voice because did it sound like a man or a woman to you?
It sounded kind of womanly.
Yes. Please send a squad car to Pierce Butler Road, Malberg Manufacturing Company machine shop. Please send an ambulance to, there's a girl hurt there. The emergency services says, can you tell me what happened to her? The caller says, just hurry. She's laying on the ground in the back by the railroad tracks by the engine room. Hurry. Emergency services says, what's the address? Caller says, I don't know. Then emergency services says, who are you? And click, the caller hangs up. So I really felt like I needed to play these calls because you would not get the story if you don't hear that voice. That teary-eyed, sobbing.
Frantic.
Yes, sobbing kind of voice, but you can't really tell if it's a man or a woman.
Definitely.
All right, so police rush to the scene and they find Karen Potak in a snowbank near the railroad tracks. She had been severely beaten.
Did you just say a snowbank?
Yeah, because it's
like here, like what we have,
like what we just had. Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
But because this is Minnesota, it's probably 1,000 times worse than what we had.
Correct.
Okay, so they find her in a snowbank. Oh, my straw is frozen closed. I can't even drink my drink. She had been severely beaten. Her skull was cracked open. She was naked. They rushed her to the hospital and miraculously, she survived.
Wow.
Unfortunately, she's mentally impaired and doesn't remember anything about the person who attacked her.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So that's poor Karen. Fast forward to June 1981. This is about 6 months later, right? Mm-hmm. The police received another call from the person that called the first time, and they had the same crying voice. So let me pull that one up and play it for you.
Oh, so
here we go.
You find me, I just stabbed somebody with an ice pick. I can't stop myself. I keep killing somebody.
And they hang up. This is what they said. God damn, will you find me? I just stabbed somebody with an ice pick. I can't stop myself. I keep killing somebody. Then he hung up. Or she. So when the police arrived at that scene, they found a woman's body. She was face down. She was deceased. She had been stabbed 61 times. And it appeared to be...
With an ice pick.
Yes, it appeared like a puncture wound like an ice pick would make. Okay. So while investigating the scene, the police found some keys on her. It was like the Greyhound bus station. It was keys to a locker there. That she didn't have any ID on her. So they go to the Greyhound bus station, open locker number 750. 2 bags are inside, and they're labeled with the name Kimberly Compton. So Kimberly Compton was an 18-year-old from Wisconsin who had just arrived that day in St. Paul. Literally got killed the day she got there. She had just graduated from high school and she went to St. Paul. Her aunt lived there. She was going to start a new life for herself. And she had, according to the medical examiner, she had just eaten a couple hours before. Like, she hadn't even digested her food, like when they did the autopsy. All right.
Gotcha.
A few days after Kim's body was found, they got another call from creepy, high-pitched sobbing.
Shim?
Yeah. We don't know. Okay, so this is the third one. Let me play it. It's a little bit long. Here we go.
Don't talk, just listen. I'm sorry what I did to Compton. I couldn't help it. Don't know why I had to stab her. I'm so upset about it. I keep getting drunk every day and I can't believe I did this big dream. I can't think of it locked up. If I get locked up, I'll kill myself. I gotta kill myself to get locked up. I'll try not to kill anybody else.
All right. You want me to?
I guess that was a guy.
I feel like now he's more whispery, but you can tell it's a he.
Yeah.
So this is what he said. Don't talk, just listen. I'm sorry for what I did to Compton, Kimberly. Okay. I couldn't help it. Don't know why I had to stab her. I am so upset about it. I keep getting drunk every night. I can't believe I did it. Big dream. I can't think of being locked up. If I get locked up, I'll kill myself. I'd rather kill myself than get locked up. I'll try not to kill anybody else. Click. Okay. Now that you've heard the recordings, can you see why I have to play them for you? I couldn't just read this and you will get the, you will feel the same. Yes, the full effect. All right. So, like I said, I feel like this one's more whispery, even more calm, kind of. He sounded at the beginning of the conversation. All right. So the police released some of these calls to the media. People started calling in tips. A lot of people thought they recognized the man's voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I don't know if the police nicknamed him this or the media did, but he got the nickname the Weepy-Voiced Killer. Have you ever heard of this?
Weepy, nope.
But he sounded like a little wimpy.
A little bitch. Yeah.
Yes,
like
weepy.
a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to describe the voice, weepy.
Correct.
So, so I was like, people are calling in, giving tip. How many people know somebody that sounds like that?
Sounds like that.
I know 0 men that sound like that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I could maybe a face or something, but a sound.
They're like, oh yeah,
Oh, that's old Charlie.
I mean, right. Like, oh man, when he gets drunk, he just starts crying. Like, I mean, what the shit?
The bitch comes out in it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
I keep stabbing.
I'll try not to kill anybody again.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So, nothing panned out from the tips, which does not surprise me.
No shit.
And after 6 months, they didn't have any leads and the case went cold. Thank you, Kelsey.
Look at that.
Well, I got the ice out of it, so it'll probably freeze up again. She got me a new straw. August 1982. So we are about a year and a half from the very first.
Right.
The woman who got beat but survived. So another woman was found dead. She had stab wounds. She turned out to be 38-year-old Barbara Simons. So he had these 2 young girls, and now he's got a 30.
19 and 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
38.
That seems like
that's different.
All over the place age-wise, like you would expect him to have a type, I guess.
You would think.
Yeah. Okay, so they tracked down Barbara's last movements, and she was at the Hexagon bar.
Hexagon.
Yes. According to a waitress at the bar, she saw Barbara dancing and hanging out with a man.
Mm.
Then the police said, did he sound like a little bitch? No, I didn't. No, they didn't say
That's good shit right there, Tammy.
So the waitress did say at one point in the evening, Barbara mentioned to the waitress, I hope this guy is nice because he's going to give me a ride home.
Mm. Yikes, Batman.
Right. So police brought out 100 mugshots for the waitress to look at. And she identified the man she saw with Barbara that night. Yes. His name was Paul Stephani.
Paul Stephani. That's Gwen's brother?
Spelled with a PH, not an F.
I have no idea.
He was a 37-year-old janitor with a history of psychiatric problems. He also had He also had an aggravated assault conviction. So this background of his, coupled with the waitress going, that's him, he's at the top of the list of the suspects.
Well, good.
I'm saying case closed, go arrest this motherfucker.
You would think.
It's done. That's enough for me.
Yeah, let's be done with him.
So 2 days after Barbara's body was found, the Weepy-Wimpy Killer, the Weepy-Voiced Killer called again.
The bitch.
Yes. So let me.
He called again.
Let me pull this one up. All right, here we go.
Fire emergency. Please don't touch this listen. I'm sorry, I said it 40 times. Keep it
40 times?
Where are you?
Calm the fuck down, man.
This is not funny, but that was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
He just sounds like a giant wuss.
I mean,
all right, here's what he said. If you couldn't make all that out, please don't talk, just listen. Again, he started like that. He's just basically, let's cut to the fucking chase. I don't want you to ask me any questions. I'm just going to tell you some shit.
Just fucking listen, would you?
I'm sorry I killed that girl. I stabbed her over 40 times. Kimberly Compton was the first one over in St. Paul. She was not the first one, but anyway. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm sick. I'm going to kill myself, I think. Emergency services, where are you? What?
Just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking be done with it.
You don't even need to call us.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just
don't let us know.
It.
We don't. Yeah.
So he says, I'm going to, if somebody dies with a red shirt on, it's me. I've killed more people. I'll never make it to heaven. Emergency. Brad, now
is he really worried about that?
Yes. So I'm just going to interject this because I didn't put it in any part of the story. And obviously I know who did this because I did the research. But this person was like one of 8 kids. I think he was the second to oldest, and he was brought up in a very religious household. So I'm thinking that the Catholic guilt got to him, and that's why he keeps calling 911.
I guess.
So anyway, the emergency services person says, calm down, and then he hangs up. Okay. This is kind of a duh moment. Police compared the voices on the calls, and it was confirmed that the same person made the calls. Duh. So now the police are like, okay, we have a serial killer on our hands. So let me have a sip.
Oh, this is different, Tammy. I have nothing to sip on.
It is different.
Yeah,
I didn't even ask you what you're drinking.
Yeah.
What are you hung over from drinking?
A lot of Michelob Ultras and Jaeger bombs.
Duh.
Yeah, it's... I'm too old for this, Tammy.
Well... Did someone force it? Because I can't imagine you.
Yeah. I would never do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine you.
Yeah, it was Angie.
Oh, damn it. All right. So, not too long after Barbara was killed, the police started keeping tabs on Paul Stephani. On the night of August 21st, 1982, Stephani realized he was being followed. And he, slipped away from the cops.
Oh, he got away from them.
He did, but guess where he headed?
Probably to the police station.
To the red light district in town. Oh, Paul must be looking for another victim, I wrote. Oh, no. Are you okay? So while Paul was out in the red light district, he met a sex worker.
Well, of course he did.
Well, that's what we're supposed to call them today. They're not prostitutes or whores. They're sex workers.
They have a job.
They chose this profession.
That's their job.
Yes.
Their job.
Yes. Yep.
Huh.
So the sex worker's name was Denise Williams. Paul flashed some cash. They made a deal. We all know how that works.
She did.
Denise got into his car. They went to his apartment and started doing the thing.
The nasty.
Yes. Bow chicka wow wow is what I wrote.
Yes.
According to Denise, Stephani was quick on the draw, if you know what I mean. She said 2 seconds quick. Literally, dude, did you even go in 2 seconds?
Nothing.
Not okay. So she figured he would want to do something else. I mean, she's thinking he wants to get his money's worth. That was just literally 2 seconds. He paid for an hour or whatever. And so she tells him okay, do you want to do something else? He's like, no, it's cool. We don't have to do anything else. And she was kind of okay. And he offered to drive her back to work. So during...
Wait.
Yes.
She was at work.
No, they went to his apartment, remember? He picked her up.
And she was working.
She is a sex worker.
So she was working.
So when I read...
At work.
Yes, but her place of employment, her office. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Her corner.
Back to the job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So during the drive, Denise noticed that they were on some back road. And if nothing else, Denise was street smart. Okay. She was like, something ain't right. She asked him what's up. He said, we're taking a shortcut back to your office. And Denise was like, I don't have a weapon on me. I don't have anything. But she saw in the bottom floorboard of his car a tab bottle. I can hear that.
Can you hear the progress?
What?
progress.
Oh, is that sawing that they're doing?
Yeah, they're cutting
Just
something.
life happening.
Yes.
Yes, we're building a Mardi Gras float. By we, I mean
we,
everyone, not me.
Yes, we.
All the men's is.
We, my friend.
Okay, so Denise is like, where are we going? What's going on? We're taking a shortcut. No, I know we're not. She doesn't have a weapon. First of all, if you're a sex worker, I think you should have a weapon.
You should.
That's another whole podcast. At least have some fucking mace. Yes.
Yeah, come on.
So she looks
at an ice pick.
He might have had an extra one she could borrow. But, she looks on the floorboard of his car and sees a tab bottle. Diet Coke tab. Tab glass bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, if something goes sideways, at least I can grab this and hit him on the head and run.
Right.
All right. So here we go. Are you ready?
Well put, lady friend.
Yes. Stephani turned down a dead end street and parked. He pulled out a screwdriver and stabbed Denise in the stomach. She grabbed the tab bottle, and whacked him on the head. He started bleeding everywhere.
Profusely.
Yes. I'm just picturing like your heartbeats.
Yeah,
and just
right.
shooting out.
Yeah.
It was all over him. It was all over her. She got it in her eyes. She said it was hot. Yeah. So she's got that tab bottle, and she is hitting him, grabbing for the door.
She did have a weapon.
She did. Yeah, I'm telling you, she gave him what for. Like, she gave him what for. She told him how the cow ate the cabbage that night.
The cow eats the cabbage.
Yeah. So she managed to get out of the car and onto the ground, but he's right behind her and he's on top of her. And he's still stabbing her with the screwdriver.
Oh, my God.
So she's screaming, which drew the attention of a nearby neighbor. And that guy ran to the scene because he's a good Samaritan.
Thank God.
Yeah. And he's like,
still got them out there, huh?
Yeah. And he's like, hey. No, he probably didn't say hey. But I'm picturing him in my mind. He did. Hey, I'm fed up.
Hey.
So he's like, what are you doing? Next thing you know, Paul Stephani is like trying to stab him with the screwdriver. So I guess at one point, Paul Stephani was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So he jumped in his car and he left. So there's Denise laying on the ground, 15 stab wounds. 15 stab wounds. They took her to the emergency room. They put her in emergency surgery, and she survived.
Again.
And
another one.
Yeah. But she remembered what the shit was going on.
Good.
Yeah. Not long after the attack, there was another call. And I think this might be... Oh, did I play the wrong one? Let's see. Oh, nope. You know what? I searched and searched. I couldn't find a clip for this.
Okay.
But the Weepy-Voiced Killer called. Now we know this is Paul Stephani, right?
Correct.
He says, I need an ambulance. The operator says, where? 1505 Westminster. What's the problem? I'm all cut up. I got beat up. What's your apartment number? 208. I'm bleeding. What are you bleeding from? My arm, my face, my head. I mean, like, he was only slightly the Weepy-Voiced Killer when he made this call. And I searched so hard to try to find it, but I couldn't. So he's calling for help. Because, the police
to
now...
help him or to help the girl?
Yeah, he got back to his apartment. And he's like, here's my address. Come help me. He did not call the police. He called an ambulance. He wanted them to send an ambulance. But the police are like, okay, we hear his voice. He sounds like the Weepy-Voiced Killer. We know about Denise, who just got attacked before she could get back to her office.
Right. So
we're trying to put two and two together here. And, they're like, okay, send him an ambulance, but we're going to come to the cops. We're going to come to.
Well, that's very smart.
Yes, I think so. They connected the dots fast. So they got him medical attention, brought him down to the station, took mug shots, which I will show you one that I absolutely love. Denise they took the mug shots to the hospital while Denise was still in the hospital. Is this him? Fuck yeah, that's him.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. And he was charged with attempted murder.
Bag.
Fucking retard. Oh, sorry. That's not politically correct.
Bag of dicks.
Yeah, he can eat a bag of dicks. So while in custody, investigators interviewed Paul Stephani. Now, at this point, we know he attacked Denise, right? And she's identified him. The interviewer pulls out the folder, the file with all the victims in it, and lays it out in front of Stephani. And he looks at it and goes, "You're not going to pin that on me. You're not going to pin any of those on me." Cocky motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Who the hell he thinks he is?
I don't know. He thinks he's the Weepy-Voiced Killer. That's
obviously.
I don't like the name y'all gave me, but it fits. All right. Summer of 1985. Trial started for the murder of Barbara Simons.
So and that was him being charged?
Yes. Okay. He did get charged for Barbara's. Sure, yeah. She was the 38-year-old lady from the Hexagon Bar. So the jury heard all the fucking Weepy-Voiced Killer calls, just like I played for y'all. And here's the thing. An expert could not 100% say on the stand that those calls were made by the same person. Me? Fuck that. I'm a regular person, and those calls were made by the same person.
Come on, man.
So, how could you?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I guess, whatever. It's over my head, maybe.
So, it could be, we don't know what the jury's going to think.
Right.
I mean, they've done weirder shit. So, then the prosecution gets Paul Stephani's sister on the stand, plays the calls, and she started crying and said, "That's my brother, Paul." How can the jury even, she's identifying her brother as the Weepy-Voiced Killer. So the trial lasted 6 weeks.
Damn.
He was found guilty, sentenced to 40 years in prison. Now the other two women, the Kimberly Compton and Karen Potak, the prosecutors decided not to pursue charges on those. They just said, we've got him in the prison. We've got him in jail. All right. So you think this is where the story ends, but not quite. 12 years later. Hold on 1 second. 12 years later. 12. One of the detectives that had worked on these cases got a phone call. The call was from Oak Park Heights Correctional Facility. Guess who's staying there? So officials there are calling, telling the detective that Paul Stephani wanted to talk. He had been his brother. Yeah. It could be her uncle.
It could be. Yeah.
He had been diagnosed with cancer, and apparently he wanted to come clean.
Yeah, you'd need to.
He wanted to, I'm not going to go to heaven. Right. So investigators went to the prison to interview him. First, he talked about Karen Potak. He said he was driving down an alley when he came across her walking. She didn't have a jacket. He stopped his car and told her to get in the car to warm up. He gave her his jacket. Oh, what a fucking gentleman. He drove her to the plant, which, by the way, he had been fired from, but a few years earlier, where he killed her and said, "She's by the railroad tracks." The mama. Remember that one? Yeah. So he said, "I think I hit her 20 to 30 times with a tire iron." And he remembers hitting her on the forehead, cheek, jaw, mouth, and top of the head. And when he's telling the story, he literally just sounds like nonchalant, like he doesn't have a care in the world. So next he talked about Kimberly Compton. He admitted that he met her at a diner across the street from the bus station. Stump. Wake up.
I'm up.
No, you're not. I've never had a guest fall asleep.
Holy shit.
God, this is a terrible episode.
No.
Okay, so next he talked about Kimberly Compton. He admitted that he met her at a diner across the street from the bus station. He struck up a conversation with her and learned she was new to town and just gotten there. And he politely offered to show her around town.
Yes.
What a fucking nice guy.
Yes.
And she said, "Okay, I'll take a ride, see the sights." So he pulled over at one point. This is really weird. Okay, now remember, she's 18, just graduated from high school. At this point, he's probably like 35 or 36, whatever. He pulls over. He says they get out, they get down on the ground, and he started feeling her up. And then the next thing you know, he was stabbing her. What kind of 18-year-old pretty little girl is going to let this old creeper fucking janitor.
First, yeah, get on top of her.
I don't believe his story the fuck at all.
Right.
Anyway, I'll show you what he looks like. He wasn't nothing to look at. All right.
He's got a radio face. Like me.
I don't know. He definitely got a radio face, but his voice ain't a radio voice.
No, we don't.
All right. So here, now remember, this is 12 years later, and they're in jail, and it's
around 97-ish? What, 81?
Yeah, probably
85, 85, 12 years.
Yeah, 97-ish, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to read you this quote. This is something he said while he was being interviewed, and you can watch this interview online. It was recorded. Killing seemed to me, the thing you were supposed to do. That was part of life. Driving a car was part of life. Eating food was part of life. For me, it seemed like killing was part of life until I did it.
Just the way to do it.
Just this dude. So these confessions close the book, on those cases, and story's over. Right? No. Still a little more. During this interview, the Weepy-Voiced Killer admitted he drowned a woman in Roseville, Minnesota. And they went back and looked, and there was a woman in 1982 that was an unsolved case that had been drowned, and her name was Kathy Green.
And that was in Minnesota too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was in Roseville, not St. Paul, but yeah. So he told the authorities that he held her down by her shoulders and watched her drown. In the bath. Just
to watch it drown.
He's telling a story like, hey, I just ordered cheese pizza.
Right.
Not a care in the fucking world. Here we go. This is even better than telling him to eat a bag of dicks. June 12th, Paul Stephani died of cancer. June 12th, 1998. So he's done. He's out of here. We don't have to listen to his stupid.
Thank the good Lord.
Yes. All right, I want to give you my sources before I show you a picture of him. This is a mugshot of him after Denise attacked him. Okay, so is that
when he called the cops? For himself?
Well, he called an ambulance, but the cops.
Right.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not gonna fucking call the cops on myself. So I went to A&E, the television station A&E. There was something called Cold Case Files.
Yeah.
Which is typically not something I would watch, but this was solved.
I watched it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was season 3, episode 23. And you could also go, there was YouTube. There was just so much information on this guy. And honestly, I had never heard of him.
Never.
All right. Let me move my bottle and see if I can get this picture on here. And I'm gonna give it to you, Stump, in just a second.
All right.
Oh, wait. All right. So he looks like he's in boxer shorts, and he has a bandage on his face, a bandage on his arm, and a bandage on his hand. So check that out.
See this freak. Is that boxers?
I don't know.
Looks like a fucking towel.
Maybe the hospital was like, wrap this gown around your waist so that we can, I don't know.
No, he douchebag.
I just feel like he's got just some big old white dirty drawers on.
That fucking mustache.
You can put it over there. Yeah.
Okay. We'll keep it right here.
That fucker. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you some funnies.
Okay.
And then you can go have a nap.
Okay, let's laugh.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I was like, should I wake him? Should I just...
Absolutely, Kelsey. Why you didn't wake me up?
She can't see your face.
I was just staring at you. And I was staring at her. I didn't know
what the hell's going on.
Kelsey said
here?
I didn't know what to do. I was staring at you, staring at her. All right.
Holy shit.
There's only 3, so hopefully you can stay awake for these.
I am awake.
All right. So this one's called How Does That Work? All right. R.C. Gatlin, 21, walked up to 2 patrol officers who were showing their squad car computer equipment to children in a Detroit neighborhood. When R.C. asked how the system worked, the officers asked him to use his ID for an example. So he gave him his driver's license. They entered it into the computer, and moments later, they arrested Gatlin because information on the screen showed that Gatlin was wanted for a 2-year-old armed robbery in St. Louis, Missouri.
No shit.
Bro.
He's a genius. Huh?
You are so fucking smart.
Yes.
All right. This one's called This Smells Odd. When I'm... This is kind of funny. Like I can picture it. When a man attempted to siphon gasoline from a motorhome parked on a Seattle street, he got much more than he bargained for. The police arrived at the scene to find a ill man curled up next to a motorhome trying to steal gasoline. He had plugged his hose into the motorhome sewage tank by mistake. And kids, I don't know if you've ever siphoned gasoline before, but the way it works is you put a hose in and you suck really hard until that gasoline hits your mouth. Then you spit that out and you then it. So in his case,
full of shit.
We will call this the brown water.
The brown water
that he sucked down.
Not to be confused with our brown water.
No. All right. So the owner of the vehicle declined to press charges, saying it was the best laugh, laugh he'd ever had.
That is freaking awesome.
And this one is absolutely my favorite of these three. It might be of all time.
Damn.
It's called Change Please. A man walked into a 7-Eleven, put a $20 bill on the counter, and asked for change. When the clerk opened the cash drawer, the man pulled a gun and asked for all the cash in the register, which the clerk promptly provided. The man took the cash from the clerk and fled, leaving the $20 bill on the counter. Total amount of cash he got from the drawer?
$19.
$15.
15. He lost money.
Yes.
What a douchebag.
And I love that one.
That's awesome.
All right.
I prefer the second one.
You like the sucking the shit tank?
Shit, yeah. Shit, motherfucker.
All right. So, give us your plug again for your business.
If y'all in the market for a vehicle, All-Star Toyota, you can stump James if you must.
If you call the building and get the operator and ask for Stump, will they know it's you?
You're damn right they will. Correct.
So who cares about the James part?
Right. Yeah, nobody knows him.
No. James who?
He's
Stump. Why didn't you say so?
Yeah, why you didn't tell me? So you can reach me on my cell at 225-348-1222.
Yes, indeed, sir. Thank you for doing this with me today. I know you're really hungover.
I'm so glad to be back. And
yes.
Yeah, really hungover. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I deeply apologize.
So when you come back, maybe you could take a shot of 5-Hour Energy or something before you come next time so that...
How about if I'm not so hungover?
That's maybe a good idea.
Let's just go with that.
How about next Sunday we try again?
We're going to give it a shot.
All right. Y'all, I know you've been waiting for Stump to come back, so here he is.
I'm so glad to be back.
I get messages from him all the time.
Naps and all.
Yeah.
I mean, naps are necessary.
Well, you got a good solid minute in before I woke you up.
I'm not a very good decision maker. So when I decide to take a nap, it's not always at the opportune time.
Kelsey, thank you for camera switching. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
Okay, she did.
I did not fall asleep.
She did not fall asleep.
Oh, hey, Kelsey, I didn't know you were here.
Okay, don't forget, y'all, we need you to go to YouTube and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000
Yes, indeed.
subscriptions. We need you to go to Facebook. We have 2 pages there. We have a page and a group. So if you go to our private group and answer a few little questions, which you will know the answer to, you can get in the private group and share with everyone. Not just us posting at you. We're also on TikTok, if that is even a thing anymore. And
it's back, they say.
Shaking her head. I don't know anything about it. I just want to, we're on Instagram too, y'all. I just want to focus on Facebook, honestly, because I think that's where most of my listeners are,
probably so.
On that social media platform. So if y'all have any story ideas, like Chelsea, because she sends me story ideas every single day.
Nice.
Then please
Thanks, Chelsea.
Go to the website, www.GritsWithASideOfMurder.com. There's a part of the page on there that you can send us messages. So please feel free to do so. You can comment on videos on YouTube. You can, like I said, get in the Facebook group, join the chat. I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
Y'all come on in.
Yeah. All right. We love y'all. Tell your mom and them to listen. And we got Zydeco Mike. Take us out.
Take us out, Mike.